50-fold, 5, 10. 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 50-fold. The enkindler, the enlivener, the vivifier. He has spoken to us. He has transcended the veil between dimensions. Through his word, the one written down, and the one that walked the bloody earth. For you, he transcended the veil, that we may know when the end may come, son. So listen, hearken. It is your last chance. Let us begin. Nicki Minaj has been kissing ass. She knows these are Nazis. She's rich as hell, and she don't want to lose all that. And she don't want to get shipped back to, where is she from? Haiti, Trinidad? So I don't know where she's from. She don't want to get sent the fuck back. She probably still will eventually, because this is a Reich. They don't like ethnic minorities, and they don't like Jews. That's the Nazi thing. Nazis equals we only like white people. Everyone knows this, including every black and Spanish person that shakes this motherfucker's hand. She has ruined whatever credibility, good name she had in the business. There's people, I'm talking Beyonce and others, that have taken songs down with her that they've done. That's how pissed motherfuckers are. So what do we have on a basic level? We have someone who's turncoating on her people, being in league with Nazis, helping them. Nicki Minaj posted a photo of a gold card Trump granted her, which gives legal residency and a path to U.S. citizenship. Now it all makes sense. Every rich star that came from another country that is worried that Donnie might grab them and send them back now has gotten the message that they need to come pay Donnie $1 million or $5 million or something thereof. And this is what it looks like. And she stood next to him in that outfit, which was ridiculous, by the way. It made her look like a house. I'm like, damn, did she put on about 300 pounds? What the fuck happened? It was the outfit. That jacket comes about 8 inches off of her body. It's so puffed the fuck out. And she held his hand, and they shook hands, and they held hands, and held hands with the Antichrist to keep that kingdom. That's what Nicki's doing. I was never a fan. I don't really know her music, honestly. I'm mostly a rock guy. There's only one rapper that I even like, besides the Beastie Boys. And that's Big Punisher, and he's light years above any other rapper you can think of. Lyrically, conceptually, flow, memory, he blows them all away. And he ain't even black. He's Spanish. He was. Anyway, Nicki must have paid Donnie some money and gotten herself a gold card, and Donnie told her, don't worry, honey, we won't deport you. We won't round you up, even though we're Nazis. I have a feeling she'll get rounded up anyway. Again, these aren't people you make deals with. You get a knife in the back. And I want to be real clear about something. I don't like saying this. I don't even like talking about this subject. But son, these are Nazis. They hate anything not white. Every Latin Gestapo agent, every star of color that shakes his hand. And so many other examples. Anyone who voted for him that's an ethnic minority, do you know what he wants to do to you? I am not kidding. I'm not joking. If the concentration camps and the various ethnic minority groups that he's gone after so far haven't convinced you, son, I don't know what will until they drag you to the camp. They don't like anything that's not white. I don't like talking about that. I don't like saying that out loud. I'm trying to show you something, even though it's too late. How any ethnic minority or Jew could be in league with this, and many of you are, my God. I'll never understand. But all of you are betraying your people. God will not forget. Your people will not forget. This country will not forget. Whatever comes next after we get through this, because the earth will not be the same. This paradigm will not be the same. You will be remembered, son, is what I'm trying to say. Whether I'm wrong, right, whatever, this shitty paradigm continues. What they want to do to all you people, I'm talking all of you. It don't matter how many times you shook his hand, son. That's meaningless. His dad was in the fucking Klan. They hate you people. They need you right now to get to a certain place. They need Bibi Netanyahu to get to a certain place. Then it's fuck you. Already it's fuck many of you. Nicki's in a privileged position. The Somalians aren't. The other refugees in these various groups, they're not in a privileged position where they can pay Donnie $5 million, $1 million, $10 million, whatever, and just get their gold card, selling citizenship directly, the president, pocketing the fucking money. Impeachable like a motherfucker. No matter who'd be doing it, whether it's this fat orange fuck, a Democrat, anyone who dared come up with this idea. And that's a good point. If Obama and Biden dared sell, I'm selling a gold card to anyone that'll buy it. Businesses, stars, whoever will give me money, I'll give you a gold card and automatic citizenship, or however much H-1B visa workers you want to hire. You pay me per amount, and I'll give you a gold card, and you're good. We won't raid you and ruin your whole business. If any president, especially a Democrat, tried this bullshit, you people would be smearing shit on your face. You'd be so livid. Again, that's how I know you don't believe in anything. This is one of the most obvious and transparent grifts that there is. It's right in your fucking face. They've been talking about it for months. Donnie admits outright, I'm selling citizenship. I'm using the government office to make money, literally. by selling the powers of the president to say you're a citizen now. And Nicki bought one. Nicki Minaj, that is. Take another look at the sellout. What, again, one of the most transparent, obvious, in your face, fuck you grifts. Utterly impeachable. Oh, they threw Tom Homan up in front of the cameras today. He looked fucking miserable. He looks like he's starting to become one of those old alcoholics that was fat all their life. And then the weight starts melting off because their liver is like the size of a... Damn it. I don't mean to do that. Like the size of the fucking... That. I begged for the last 2 months on TV for the rhetoric to stop. Oh, take a look at Tom. That's Tom Bags O' Cash Homan. My grandfather was one of those men, fat pretty much his whole life, except when he was a young man in the service or whatever he was in. And his waning time, after my grandmother died, he was already an alcoholic before that. Doctors told him, yo, your liver's the size of like, a quarter from drinking. You need to stop. He didn't stop. So this fat man I watched, the weight just melt off and he just turned into like under 100 pounds, nothing. Tom's starting to get that look. I'm getting suspicious. So what do we got here? We got a Reich that threatened everyone in this country, deployed our military, deployed Gestapo en masse that murdered, stole from people, raped people, kidnapped people. U.S. citizens got kidnapped. They show up in people's houses and intimidate them. If they film, they put everyone on a list that's in protest and filming them and show up at your house and do shit like that. Those people are blaming the murders, the violence, on your rhetoric, son, Joe Citizen. Not their rhetoric and actions. That's what fat fuck Homan, who takes bags of cash in alleys, in restaurant bags, says is the problem. The right keeps saying this, that we're all the problem out here. We didn't send the murderers out, cunt. We didn't send the thugs out that rob people, kidnap people, murder people. Fuck you for all goddamn time. Anyone that dares throw this straight up Adolf Hitler talking point at us. Straight up inversion of reality. I mean, does anyone honestly believe, even you fucking destined for the Lake Rubes, do you honestly believe the public's the problem here? No, you don't. It's a talking point that Adolf gave you. That's it. That's all you've ever been, son. What Adolf gave you. Unfortunately, that's why it's over. That's how I know I'm right. I'd rather not be. Because then it wouldn't be the goddamn apocalypse because of your dumb ass. So I'm getting a little tired of this. Every time there's a murder, every time there's this or that, some cunt from the right that's going to get thrown under the bus in 2 months is coming out pointing a finger at all of us. Did we send the masked murder force out to our cities? No, we didn't. Is it the citizens throwing tear gas canisters almost killing babies? Is it the citizens breaking glass windows on top of babies? Is it the citizens murdering? Have any Gestapo been killed? I'm getting sick of this inversion of reality, cunts. And I will not forget. You better hope God don't give me no authority, son. You better read that book again and see what happens. You know how I'll handle all of you if that happens? I'm going to have a mute button. And I'm going to give all of you the same opportunity you gave everyone else. The executive at the top of a company? The person in the cubicle for the adjudicated criminal? I'm going to give you what you gave everyone else, what you gave me. Mute. Sorry, you only get 5 minutes now to make your case. Go. Sorry. I've ruled against you. Would you like to appeal? I've ruled against your appeal. Proceed. That means walk. Like I said, son, you better hope. Because I got a feeling. And you know what? My feelings, they kind of turn out true quite often. You don't understand the separation of the realms. I do. You don't understand that this is a war. A literal one. Since the beginning of time. You don't understand the spoils go to the victor. You don't understand the consequence of that. I do. That's why this is nothing to me. And it's everything to you. But I won't go any deeper into that. I do need to take a break, and I'm sorry. I know I've only been on for 17 minutes, but you know. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Forgot my lighter. Sorry. Proceed. Carry on. Ugh. Okay, so Tom begged us all not to, tone down our rhetoric, and that's why those people are dead. Tom didn't want it to happen, despite all the threats he made. What was that one threat he made, and then he had to walk it back the next day? I can't remember. Oh, racial profiling. That's right. He admitted to it on television that that's what they were doing. This was months ago. I presented it to you because I was stunned he said it out loud. That's how far into the Reich we already were. Because that's illegal. You can't racially profile. And again, a year before the election, I was yelling to Mr. Cortez. Some of you saw it. On a live stream here. That they're going to racially profile. It's the only way they can do it. Whoever looks Latin. That's what they've been doing. Literally. Tom admitted it on TV. Then he realized he could go to jail for it. Advocating the policy as the boss. And the next day he was like, oh, well, we don't racially profile. I think a court actually did a ruling too. And he's like, no, we don't racially profile. We got to have probable cause and we do it like that. No, that's not what you said yesterday, Tom, you fat fuck. That's what I mean about these people. Donnie's done it again to us. Murders take place. He goes into hiding for 2 days. He comes back. He acts like he's going to tone it down. He's going to pull back. He's going to ease up. Nope. Next day, he's talking the same shit. And I got that here for you. Every single time. I'm so fucking sick of watching this theater. It's this concept that I explained to you before. People like Adolf Hitler and Donald Trump, they just want their foot in the fucking door. And he does it to us over and over again, and we allow it. Murders took place because of him. He's responsible. He goes into fucking hiding. Then he comes out, acts like Mr. Nice Guy. And that we just made a few mistakes. Next day, right back to the plan, right back to the talking points. Every fucking time. No, the murderers and the Reich's rhetoric is the goddamn problem. No one else's. In fact, the public needs to tone it up. And the mayor of Minneapolis, he needs to tone it up. And Mr. Waltz, he's too nice of a guy. Donnie, lucky I ain't fucking governor. You don't even understand the shit I'd be talking if I had that podium. And Mr. Waltz needs to tone it up too. This ain't the time to be a nice guy. And he is a nice guy. Tom Homan again, the misery that is Tom Homan. I'm not here because the federal government has carried out its mission perfectly. I do not want to hear that everything that has been done here has been perfect. Oh, that sounds like Donnie's, how did he put it? We might get, one thing wrong out of 1,000 people we grab. Oh, you mean shooting them 3 times in the back? That's just, maybe getting one wrong. Mr. Holman, we're not saying everything was perfect. Really? I think that's a bit of an understatement, you fat fuck who takes bags of cash in fucking alleys. A woman got shot in the fucking face by a fucking incel terrorist. A man got shot in the back and jumped by 9 incel terrorists. And we get some wrong sometimes, or we get one wrong here or there, and we didn't do perfect. I know. Nothing was perfect. Oh, it was far from that, Tom. And when your fat, miserable ass is burning in the lake, and Tom, it's inevitable, son. For you? Oh my God. Again, Tom, all that fat's gonna kick the flames up, gonna be even hotter. You fat, miserable fuck. And again, if you think I'm being harsh, woman shot in the fucking face, guy shot in the back. I ain't being harsh enough, son. Fucking murderers. Tom's just as responsible too. He sent those masked cunts out there. Tom, Donnie, Bovino, all you fucking cunts are gonna burn like a motherfucker. No matter what you do to me, Tom. Or Donnie or any of you. Meaningless. You're fucking fat on a fryer. That is your destiny. I promise you that. Written in granite, son. Fucking murdering cunts. Can you be specific about how many ICE and Border Patrol agents are currently operating in the state? You mean Gestapo? Press need to start calling them what they is. Because this is a Nazi Reich. They're not like a Reich. They are a Reich. Did you not see the Nazi salute? People in the press. That's why we here, because you people in the press. Call it what the fuck it is. Gestapo. Murderers. $3,000. There's been some rotations. They've been in theater a long time. Do you know where that word theater is used? In war. Cunts that made this happen. Cunt Tom Homan looks at American cities as the theater of war. Or a theater of war. That's why you use the fucking word. Someone else made a similar comment like that today in the Reich. I can't remember who it was, and I can't remember the comment, damn it. Day after day, can't eat in restaurants. People spit on you, blowing whistles at you, but my main focus now is drawdown. No, it isn't. Not at all. That's a lie. That's a talking point. Tomorrow the talking points go back to normal. Poor masked murderers. They get spit on. Gee, I wonder why they're murdering people in the community. Why would they get spit on? Why would they get whistles blown at them? Why would they get bothered in restaurants? They're only masked murderers. Sent out by Tom. They lucky all they getting is whistles, son. We're supposed to have sympathy for these cunts? You want to see one of them? Proving my goddamn point, baby. Every day, all day. That's all they do is prove my point. That's a mass murdering Gestapo who stole a gold bracelet off of somebody. And they're modeling it in a photo. Because just like the Nazis and white supremacists did in Germany, stealing the Jews' jewelry, houses, property, anything they had. Same concept here. You just saw it. And I hear the reports every day. I read about it every single day. I can't report everything to you, son. I got to work for a living. I told you they're thieves, murderers, rapists, criminals. They don't just murder people, they shoot them in the face. They don't just murder people, they shoot them in the back. They are the most spineless, worthless of cunts. And my God, will they burn. There's another group of people that wore masks all the time throughout the history of this country. They were called robbers, murderers, kidnappers. You don't need it. You don't need a mask if what you're doing is righteous, son. That's the thing about that. And everybody knows it, and everybody knows why they're wearing it. We have a mass secret police force. Several murderers are allegedly on leave. I don't buy that for a fucking second. Unaccountable. Full immunity, according to Stephen the Ghoul. People should have been arrested right there. There is no full immunity police force in this country. You people with the guns and fatigues, I already told you. You should be handling this. And you could get, again, it could be over 5 minutes and no one would have to die. None of these people want to fight, son. Not the ones in charge, anyway. They're the most weakest fucking cowards I've ever seen. Even the head of the Department of War can't even do 1.5 pull-ups. He's soft as a motherfucker. And he's younger than me. And he eats way better. And has way more free time. So again, we got a mass secret police that murders people, steals their property. One of them was caught driving around in a truck after they kidnapped somebody. A truck that they took from them. I presented that to you. And again, these are only small portions of the thievery that's going on. These are Nazis at the top. Adolf Hitler had his own police force that did the same things, took Jews' jewelry, property, made them live in the basement of their own homes before they threw them out. Pure evil. Same as here. This is Ron Filipkowski commenting on Hohmann. Hohmann's original comment that he begged us all to stop the rhetoric because he didn't want anyone to die and now people are dead. No, Tom, you're the reason they're dead and you will fucking burn for it, son. The most inflammatory rhetoric by far in all this on TV, social media has come from Tom Hohmann, Greg Bovino, Christy the Gnome, Stephen Miller, and Donald Trump. Yep, every day, all day, abominations, blasphemy spoken hourly, which is exactly how the story goes in the Bible. That's why the Antichrist can never be the guy behind the scenes that's all quiet. That's not what the Antichrist is. He wants all titles, all glory, all kingdoms, and to be worshipped as God. And he likes the spotlight. He likes to be spouting those abominations. And boy, I've never seen anyone do it like Donnie. Have you? 24-hour evil machine. Never seen nothing like it. You know why? Because he's the Antichrist. Yes, the rhetoric's coming from the Nazis, the Reich, not the people. You people are lucky you ain't getting worse. Wait till the man gets a hold of you, son. Hohmann, I call upon these officials to stand shoulder to shoulder with us to tone down the dangerous rhetoric and condemn all unlawful acts against law enforcement in the community. And no law enforcement's dead, you fat cunt. There are a bunch of citizens dead, kidnapped, beaten up, one blind, one missing part of her hand. Fuck you forever, you fat fuck. Again, blaming us out here. And the rhetoric the citizens that are under assault are using, and the mayor that's under assault, and the governor that's under assault. I didn't see the mayor out there capping some guy in the back 3 times, you fat, miserable fuck. I didn't see the governor out there capping somebody in the back or the face, you fat, miserable fuck. After seeing this is Rand Paul. A little late now, Rand, since you voted for it or made it help make it all happen. After seeing this, if you call this a good shooting, you aren't watching the video. This was a real tragedy and a mistake. No, it wasn't a mistake at all. It was totally intentional. And that's why the force was sent out in the first place. To kill people, to steal, to rape, commit crimes, terrorize, literally, to kidnap. That was the intent. And that's obvious. The man had been disarmed and then shot 10 times. If we say things that are obviously not true, the situation's going to get worse. Again, I wish the language was a bit stronger, Rand, but I like where you're going. I don't take Rand very seriously, but I find it interesting when a Republican talks shit on the Reich, because that's foreboding. Good. This is what I'm talking about. The parents of Alex Preddy have retained a former federal prosecutor who helped Minnesota's attorney general convict the police officer who kneeled on George Floyd's neck for murder. This is the man, again, who got shot in the back while protecting a woman that the Gestapo was assaulting. And even though he had a gun, he did not pull it. And he was executed, shot 10 times. Many of those shots in the back. I mean, it don't get no more cowardly and disgusting than this. This isn't even close to okay or normal. We way down the rabbit hole. 2 public executions. They tried to kill a third, but she survived. And I am aware of the black gentleman that was killed by the off-duty ICE. There's a reason I don't include him in the conversation. It's not because he's black and I don't care. Because I know that sentiment's out there. I see the comments by people that are mad that this man isn't being mentioned all the time. One of the reasons I don't mention him very often is it's not caught on camera. The other reason I don't mention it was an off-duty ICE person that killed him. So I am wondering if it was some type of altercation, like in a bar or something like that. That's why I don't really talk about it. I am aware of it, though. And because he was off-duty as well, I'm just wondering if it was a personal clash. Of course, race was an issue. He's a fucking Gestapo. I'm aware of his death. It's horrible. I just feel it's a bit different, and it has nothing to do with the color of his skin than these other deaths. Because it was off-duty is the main reason. It wasn't during a Gestapo raid, mission, deployment. So I consider it a different kind of thing, that's all. Liam, the kid that got taken to Texas and was held hostage by the Gestapo, and they literally caught it on camera. I showed you the pictures of him in the detention center, or excuse me, the concentration camp yesterday. One of the worst ones, Dilley in Texas. We keep hearing about that place. That's where the women and children were screaming, "Let us out." This is one of his family members, like maybe his mother, I'm not sure. Liam is getting sick because the food they receive is not of good quality, she told NPR News on Monday. That's NPR. He has stomach pain. He's vomiting. He has a fever, and he no longer wants to eat. He didn't look good in that picture. And he didn't just look sleepy. He looked worse than sleepy. But, you know, when you put kids in cages. And I want you to think about this because I thought about it. Look at this little kid. He's just trying to be a normal little kid and go to school. Very small child. Doesn't understand any of this bullshit, man. Terrified. I have to ask you a question, and I know you don't care, and I know you're going to burn and you won't change your mind, but how does putting him in a cage, feeding him shitty food to the point he's almost dying, and keeping him there, whatever, just so whoever owns that private prison, whatever cunt that's going to burn that owns that, can charge the government more money? And maybe deport them at some point. I don't know. Maybe they'll exterminate them at some point. I don't fucking know. This is a Reich, son. You better fucking recognize what they about to do and what they doing. What the last Reich do, that's what this one gonna do and is doing, son. No doubt. We're watching it all play out. Why wouldn't they go to the next logical fucking step? Of course they would. This is the typical dimension. Why the fuck wouldn't they? Who's gonna fucking stop them? Fucking nobody. So how does this help any of us rubes destined to burn? This little 5-year-old kid being in a cage, eating garbage. Maybe gets deported, maybe gets kept there for 8 years. I don't fucking know. Maybe gets exterminated. How does that help you or me? It doesn't. You're just a cunt that's destined to burn if you in any way down with this kid being locked up. Again, a lot of these people you yell and say are criminals because they crossed an imaginary fucking line. They had asylum cases going, stuff like that. You're more of a criminal than these fucking people are. Ever were. And again, I don't see the bitches in masks take on any gangbangers, any Trendy or Ragwa. They take on old ladies. I just watched a video today where they beat up an old lady, 3 of them, and took her phone. That's who they taking on. They're taking on 5-year-olds. Right here. They real tough guys. The man gonna have a good time with all of them. Oh my God. How's that scripture go again, son? Do you remember I told it to you yesterday? I'll paraphrase. Better a man put a rock around his neck and jump into the sea than offend one of these. You know, like lock him in a cage and feed him shitty food because you own a prison and you want to make a lot of money and go home to your wife and kids and have dinner as if you're not an evil piece of shit that's destined to goddamn burn. Yeah, I'm talking to you, the owner, son. You think the man hasn't noticed that you put your money into caging people for rent money and forced labor? I'm hearing they might take some of these detainees, can you believe it, son? And lease them out to the farmers. Leasing out human beings. You know what that's called? Slavery. Having them work for $1 a day in the prison is slavery too. Straight up. So here's the skilo. You deport them all or put them in camps. Now you have them in a cage. You either make them work for you in the prison for nothing. $1 a day is nothing. Might as well keep that. A measure of wheat for a denarius. I wonder if that's what the scripture refers to. Private cunt prisons whose owners will burn so goddamn hot that make their prisoners, their camps, their concentration camp prisoners work for $1 a day. And after a day or two, they can get something at the commissary. A measure of wheat for denarius, a day's wage. Maybe that's what the scripture's talking about. Since so many people are going to end up in camps. Again, though, the skilo, this is their evil plan. Astounding. The illegal immigrants were already working for nothing. Very low wages. That's why people hire them. And people were all too happy to pay those low wages and hire those low wage workers. So don't just blame them that come over. If no one offered them a job, none of them would come over, right? They all offer them a job because they can hire them cheaper than you. And you don't want to do the work that they do anyway. So you deport them or you put them in camps. Then you lease them out to farmers and pay them almost nothing. Maybe $1 a day, like you pay them in the jail. Now the illegals that came over here that work for very low wages, especially the farm workers, my God. Now they want them to be straight slaves. That's the idea behind this. You understand that, right? Because the low wages they were already being paid, well, that's too much. That's too much for the oligarch, whoever, all these people, Satan, who run this, that's too much to deal with. Got to have them enslaved where the prison owns them and they can lease them out to farmers or whatever. Pay them nothing. That's the plan. I told you slave labor force, little Vietnam screws, nut lick. They always keep mentioning this. The Reich, have you noticed that? And of course, I already told you, and we've seen, it ain't just about illegals. Next up is the homegrowns. That came out of your Antichrist mouth. Remember that? They're going to be Americans in those camps too, son. Some of you are going to be a slave too, working for $1 a day on a farm or in a factory. That's where they want it to go, son. That's the only way Americans would take those jobs. And the idea has already been put forth, which means they came up with it a long time ago. But, you know, down south, we've seen the movies about it. They get the prisoners and they work them. They're slaves. Literally, that was tradition for a long time. I'm talking about white men. You end up in that Alabama jail. Back in the day, they put you on a road crew, some with a pickaxe or a shovel. Cool Hand Luke, son. You ever watch it? Representative of that culture. The Southern prison culture. Where, oh, we got you in our prison? Okay, we can make some money on your ass. Slave. That's Cool Hand Luke right there. In no way does this make any of our lives better. All it does is terrorize a child and he could possibly die. Because he don't even want to eat now. Bovino, I'm just showing you this because I said something to you a couple weeks ago or a month ago. Whenever Miss Good was killed, I believe it was around then, I said it to you. In this video, Bovino's giving a speech. This is before he got fired. This is our city. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You know, giving the pep talk, the Nazi, Gestapo. We can do anything we want. Evil talk. And Bovino's saying it as he's going to be the leader of the Gestapo forever. Little did he know in this moment, in a week or two, however old this clip is, he'd be ass out. Back when they killed Miss Good and the animosity ramped up from the public towards ICE, towards the Gestapo. What did I say to you then? I said if they become too hated, they won't be useful anymore. I said Hitler turned on the brown shirts. I imagine it was for the same reason. The public probably fucking hated them. I said if you become too hated, you're not useful anymore. Then you got to go away. I was talking to Mr. Bovino when I said that. A month later, a few weeks later, Mr. Bovino gone. Things I say keep coming true is the point I'm trying to make. I mean, they're the cliche evil. And, you know, again, recognition of patterns. The pattern is done. He throws everyone under the bus. It's guaranteed. It's inevitable. There's no stopping it. It always happens. Co-Chancellor gone. Head of the Gestapo gone. Another head of the Gestapo, Miss Noem, almost gone. She making threats at this point. Because that's what her statement was yesterday that I read to you. That was a threat. That was her saying, I'm about to rat on you motherfuckers if you fucking pull some shit on me. That Steven and Donnie gave me my instructions. Everything I did was from them. That's a threat, son. That wasn't her just talking. And imagine what that cunt knows. What Miss Bondi knows even worse. Miss Bondi, if he throws her under the bus, man, she could ruin that motherfucker. Some of these people best be careful, though. You know, helicopter crashes. Donnie's a special, you know, that's a specialty. Plane crashes. Miss Snow better be careful. Making threats like that, Donnie might take action. Get some water real quick. This woman, you can't see her face because I cut it off by accident. She works down in Georgia, that election office that Donnie and the Cross-Eyed Podcaster just raided. We all know what it's about, but she explains it. The FBI is currently raiding the court's Department of Registration and Elections office, according to Fulton County Commissioner Mo Ivory Esquire. She says Trump's FBI is trying to take the archived 2020 election ballots. So they took all the votes from 2020. They're going to tell some lie. We all know it. And the woman explained that they're auditing, they're getting a record of everything they're taking. But I have a feeling they're doing it so fast that it'll be difficult to get an accurate record of every single vote and thing they're taking. And that's the point. Look, we all know in a week or two, Pam Bondi or some fucking joke is going to come out and say, we found an irregularity and Donnie really won Georgia. After we caught him in a goddamn recording calling the election officials in Georgia and saying, find me more votes. Again, another reason, he had no business being allowed to run. You can't do shit like that and not be thrown in a jail cell, man. And you sure as fuck can't be allowed to run for president after you try and rig a fucking election and get caught. I mean, those recordings are worse than Nixon. Fucking joke. Okay, even I cannot comprehend that level of audacious corruption, and I'm from the Balkans, and they corrupt as fuck over there. That's Vlad's territory. Even they shocked. Even Vlad blushing. That's not Vlad, it's a woman named Bianca. But it's in Russian. Or Ukrainian or something, I don't fucking know. So the Donnie Gold card, there's a description here, the special benefits you get with the Donnie Grift Gold card. For a $15,000 DHS processing fee, processing fee, you say, 15,000. Okay. And after background approval, as if that fucking matters, a contribution of $1 million. Receive U.S. residency in record time with the Trump Gold card. You can't just get the card for the $1 million. You have to pay a $15,000 processing fee. Shameless goddamn grifted, man. Jesus. Additional. You thought the grift was over, son? You thought the grift was only that deep, son? $1,015,000? Holy shit. There's a little. Can you? You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. There's a little star next to the $15,000 DHS fee in the opening line. Maybe you can see it. I don't fucking know. And down at the bottom is where that star comes into play. Additional small fees to the U.S. Department of State may apply depending on the applicant. So $1,015,000 ain't enough. You've got other fees that need to go to the State Department, aka Donnie's pocket. Then there's coming soon, son. You thought the grift was over? With the star? You thought it was over, son? The grift is never over. Again, have you ever seen anything like this? That's again how I know he's the Antichrist. This is other fucking worldly level evil and he must all day contemplate how to grift more money. I mean, like there's a new grift of fucking every 3 hours. The Trump Platinum card coming soon, and that's got the star next next to coming soon. Does that lead back up to the State Department thing? Is that what they're trying to say there? Foreign nationals can sign up now, secure their places on the waiting list for the Trump Platinum card. You can secure your place on a waiting list. When launched and upon receipt of a $15,000 DHS processing fee and a $5 million contribution, don't forget the state fees too. They will have the ability to spend up to 270 days in the U.S. without being subject to U.S. taxes on non-U.S. income. He's giving them a tax exemption. He's selling the services of the IRS as well, saying you're exempt. Oh my God. And then in 270, I guess you pay again? In 270 days? And get your exemption over? Holy fuck, man. Oh, I forgot to say I hate you. And you know who I'm talking to. Craigslist ads for the Melania movie. They need to pay people to go. Because no one wants to see it, and everyone knew no one wants to fucking see it. Everyone knew Bezos buying it for millions was just a bribe for Donnie. Every fucking human knows this. There is now a Craigslist listing that will pay you to go see Melania in Boston right now, and it looks like this. This reminds me of the Craigslist ads I've presented them to you in the past for Donnie's rallies. Nothing is real with these people. It's all fake image. It's all grift. It's all lies. It always was. How did you people fall for this? Attend Melania documentary. Free tickets plus $50. January 30th. There's criteria. They don't just hand you the 50 now. Attend Melania documentary at any Boston theater during opening weekend, this upcoming weekend. Free tickets plus 50 per seat occupied. Must remain in seats for the entirety of the film. This is what our country and our world has gone for. So Donnie Shitbag's a fat cunt with orange paint on his face and a diaper. Can get a huge bribe from the owner of Amazon. And a movie can get made about his ex-escort wife that no human wants to see. To the point they have to run Craigslist ads and pay people to go see the movie. I have a feeling the $50 won't be enough of an incentive. $50 is nothing these days. Nothing. For you to get dressed up, get out the house, go to sit in a theater to see this shitbird movie. Spend $50 on fucking popcorn and candy. Go home with nothing. Except wasted 4 hours of your goddamn life. And a stomach ache from the Juji fruits. And the popcorn that's over greased. That's what our world's ended for. That's what our country's over for. I hate you. Sincerely. These same ads ran for Donnie's rallies every time. Nothing about these people is real. Compensation $50. They probably give you a voucher or something. It's probably not even cash or a check, or it's probably some fucking gift card or something that Donnie grifted off of some company. Probably got a stack of them. Donnie did. Oh, that's right. They had a cabinet meeting, and I'm not giving you every clip. I decided a while ago, actually, when Donnie just repeats the same lies over, I'm not really going to present those to you. I want new shit. I want, I want the furtherance of the agenda, the hints and outright proclamations of that. That's what I want to try and give you. Not him telling the same lie over and over again for the millionth time. The tariff shelf lie, the typical lies he always tells. He always goes on the windmill rant about windmills and coal. Anyway, I just spoke to the president of Venezuela and informed her that we're going to be opening up all commercial airspace over Venezuela. American citizens will be very shortly able to go to Venezuela, and they will be safe there. It's under very strong control. You mean there's military, American military on the ground? Is that what you're trying to say? And by Americans, you mean oil executives, right? You're trying to tell them they'll be safe down there? No American will be safe down there. They hate our goddamn guts. You crazy if you're American, you're going to go down there. I know the oil execs will. But they'll have, a guy with an M15 or whatever, AR-15 standing next to him. On your dime, of course, son. You're paying for the mercenary force. I don't know if you know that. They don't even have to hire Blackwater, Eric Prince, none of that shit. Using your shit. Marks. Ted Lieu. And that's Mr. Lieu to you. And recognize and listen. And he's talking to Tom Homan when Tom did I begged the last 2 months for the rhetoric to stop, so people won't get killed literally because of the mass Gestapo that he sent. Look in the mirror. Trump talked about retribution in Minnesota. Greg Bovino called protesters cannon fodder. Stephen Miller called Alex Preddy an assassin. You lose credibility when you ignore the incendiary rhetoric of the Trump administration. Yeah, that's where the real rhetoric's been coming from for 10 years. Donnie can't help himself. He's got to say 19 vile things a day. And that's a slow day for Donnie. Never seen nothing like it. And again, we got fat-ass Tom Homan who takes bags of cash in back alleys and restaurant bags telling us what's right and wrong as he sends murderers into your cities to kill people. The absurdity of it all. Ted Lieu again. Recognize. Why are you detaining 5-year-old Liam? What violent crime did he commit? Is it true that the real reason your agents wear masks is that they are ashamed of what they do, particularly when it comes to the scaring and detaining children? Mr. Lieu is commenting on the report that the boy is ill and in a concentration camp. Are they ashamed of what they do? Yeah, of course they are. They wouldn't wear the mask otherwise. I just want you to know, all your names will be gotten, all your faces will be gotten. Whether this is the end or not. It happened to the Nazis, son. They hunted them to the ends of the earth. Didn't matter where the fuck they went. That's you, son. Good luck. Because that fat orange fuck can't live forever. And nobody else has the cult personality following that will be able to keep it all together. No one. Once he's gone, forget about it. AI Donnie will not work. Donnie talking about, he was talking to people, executives in companies, they're building something, and he was basically telling them, before I leave office, it will be a sad day, a very sad day for me. You people need to make sure this is all built before I leave office, because someone else will come in and you won't be able to finish. And this is what he looked like. I forgot to show him to you. Donnie's never leaving office. Yesterday, the day before, he was talking that fourth term bullshit. Tomorrow, he will be talking that fourth term bullshit. He does not intend to leave. He staged a coup last time. You can't take anything he says seriously, his promises to leave, because every other day he says, I'm staying for a third term, a fourth term. And he'll be saying that tomorrow. Don't worry. This is meaningless. He's not leaving. No intentions of leaving. This is someone, because they're being sarcastic and they're making a point here. Because Mr. Pretty was in a prior incident with ICE where he kicked one of their trucks or something. Oh my God. And that's the right-wing talking point that the Rubes are running with. Now he deserves to die because he kicked one of their trucks. No, he doesn't. And again, I don't care if it's a guy with a rap sheet a mile long, he's the worst criminal ever, he still gets due process. Cunts. Just like you would want. But I know. It's cool to lose due process when it's happening to others and you're enjoying it. Wait till it happens to you, son, and it will. Don't worry. It always does in a Reich. He tried to massacre us. Okay, he didn't, but he was holding a gun. Okay, he was holding his phone, but he assaulted us. Okay, he didn't. He was helping a woman we beat up. But it didn't happen, but it happened so fast. Okay, he yelled at us a few days ago, and we were hunting him for sport. Okay, but... Yep. Yep. Here's another guy making the same point. You kicked a car 11 days ago. The government must execute you now. And they're pointing, or no, this is someone commenting what the Rubes did. They literally attacked the Capitol. Right. This grasping at straws to make the execution of a man, shooting him in the back as he's helping a woman you were just assaulting. There's no straw, man, that's going to work with this one. Sorry. You're goddamn murderers. Every single masked asshole, Tom Homan, Bovino, the midget, Donnie, Noam, you're all goddamn murderers for all time. Okay, this video was horrendous. And again, this tells me how nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. They literally just stole this elderly woman's phone for filming them, and then they threw her down a fucking hill. You can't make this shit up. I posted the link and that thing in the post section so you could see it. 3 large men in mass cunt Gestapo. They're going to burn hot as fuck. She's filming. Old lady, she did not touch them, because I see, again, right-wing cunts and disingenuous cunts online saying she put her hands on them. Nope. They stole her property. She tried to grab her phone back, and then they beat her up and threw her down a hill. 3 large men it took to beat up and rob one old lady. Fuck you 3 fat cunts. I will enjoy watching you burn, whether I'm in there with you or not. And I'll enjoy watching your Antichrist burn. I can't believe I saw this. This is so far past anything remotely normal. All of these people should be arrested. All the way up to Donnie. Noam, Homan, for the bag of cash and this shit. All these agents should be rounded up and arrested by the military. I can't believe I saw 3 grown men beat up an old lady and steal her phone just for filming. Why don't you want to be filmed, masked fat cunts? Destined to burn? What's wrong with filming? What are you doing that you don't want to be filmed? Oh, you're wearing a mask and you're terrorizing, beating up old ladies, shooting people in the face, shooting men in the back. And you're mad at them for filming you. That's astounding. Again, that's the inversion of reality again. You get mad because people are filming you commit crime and assail your fellow citizens. And again, all your names will be gotten, all your faces. And there's a lot more of us, son. Whether the man coming back or not, irrelevant. Either you face the man's wrath or you face the people's. Either way ain't good for you, son. Every single one. You saw what happened to the Nazis, right, son? That's you. Whether the man does it or the people do it. That is your fate. We'll keep murdering you if you keep calling us murderers, so you need to tone down the rhetoric as the position of the supposedly less extreme ICE leader, yep, who takes bags of cash in back alleys, yep. Don't call us murderers or we'll continue to murder you. That is the logic of the devil and the Reich. That is the gospel being preached to you every fucking day. And I wish the reporters would just get vicious with these people and say, you're the ones murdering people. What are you talking about? Rhetoric coming from other people. What the fuck is wrong with you demons? Look, we're way past the point of even the remotest justification for any of you cunts being down with this. I watched an old lady who was just filming get her phone snatched and get beaten up by 3 grown men. As far as I'm concerned, anyone making the slightest argument in favor or defense, all I see is leg fodder. And the man will not be pleased. I don't care how you justify it in your mind or with your mouth. So goddamn meaningless and irrelevant. You will be judged. You are preaching the gospel if your name is on this. I don't care who you are. Of Satan, one. Of locking up little children. Of kidnapping little children as using them as bait. Malnourishing little children. Billions in aid money that fed people in third world countries. Used for Gestapo and grift and pocketed. And to give welfare to Peter Thiel and Leon fat fuck scum. That's what you've done. I don't care if you realize it or not, or acknowledge it or not, or understand it or not. And neither does the fucking man. If you keep calling us murderers, we'll murder you. Last year, J.D. Vance blamed high home prices on undocumented immigrants. In fact, the whole Reich has been saying that for a while. It's greed. That's the only reason. Inflation is a scam. You are being scammed. It's greed. That's it. But real estate guys like Donnie like it like this. You know, where no one under 50 can buy a home. You think that's sustainable? Not even close. This is why the person is saying that, because Donnie said this. People that own their homes, we're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their home so that somebody who didn't work very hard can buy a home, as if Donnie's ever worked. As if any of these oligarchs worked to get where they are. that they deserve a home and you don't, because you don't have 600,000 to get a 1-bedroom in a so-so neighborhood. Because that's how ridiculous the prices are now. And people like Donnie love that. So what's Donnie saying here? We're going to continue to make sure most people can never afford a home. Because we need slave labor. And I'm of the devil. And all I care about is my real estate empire and how much that's worth. So we're going to keep all the home prices falsely inflated until the bubble pops and your home's worth jack shit. That's Donnie. That's his idea. Because Donnie worked hard, that's how he got his homes. Not by grifting or money laundering. Not because he inherited a bunch of money from his daddy. Not because he was a millionaire by age 8. For tax purposes, I'm sure. Because he worked harder than you. So did Jeff Bezos. So did Leon Scum. So did Peter Thiel. That's their thesis on you. They worked harder than you. That's why they deserve all the welfare and you don't deserve any. They worked harder than you. I've heard this from rich men since I was born. Never once was it true. Not once, son. So here we are, Donnie, today. I believe they're screening Melania again. I believe that's what this is from. I just read you how they're trying to tone down everything and pull back and all that. I read you some yesterday. Remember all yesterday? Donnie was being a good boy, saying he's going to pull back and all this stuff. Fire Bovino. What's Donnie saying today? And it looks like this. So you're not pulling back in Minnesota? No, not at all. What theater did we just see yesterday? We're going to de-escalate. Donnie said that. In 10 different ways. Brought Mr. Holman to calm everything down. Holman said we're going to de-escalate a little bit. What's the fat fuck Antichrist who only wants his foot in the door over and over again? Just let me continue. Just let me continue. I just got to get to the point where I can continue. Or get my foot in the door. We fall for this every time. Over and over again. Right back to the original plan. Right back to the rhetoric. Fuck everything that happened and was said yesterday. And I knew this would happen. It happens every time. Go into hiding, come back like, I'm a good boy, mommy. I didn't do nothing. I didn't send those mass murderers out there to murder people. I'm going to rein it in a little bit. Next day, no, not at all. No, we going to keep going. Well, fuck you talk. Why would you ask? All right. You motherfuckers. I'm going to smoke a cigarette before I talk about this because you motherfuckers. I hate you motherfuckers. And you know who I'm talking to. Wait till you hear this, son. Okay, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You rube motherfuckers. Couple months ago, you bastards, Donnie announced in the Oval Office, right on fucking camera, he's going to sue maybe because he was treated unfairly. And he was going to sue, he was going to take from the Treasury, I don't know, 300 million. It was, the number was around there, 350, something like that. It was around the cost of the ballroom. And I told you that at the time. I've also told you since second one, January, you are being dismantled and looted. They told us the plan before he won. And I said, who would stop Donnie from dipping his hand in the U.S. Treasury? I said this over and over again. The second time Donnie mentioned this was more recently in a rally, perhaps, I think it was. Right in front of the crowd, right on camera. I'm going to sue for $1 billion. And I get to decide how much I get. I guess it'll be $1 billion. And maybe I'll keep it. I know I said I'd give it to charity, but maybe I'll keep it. Oh, no, I'll give it to charity. You cunts. You know what the number's up to now? Assholes. 10 billion. I told you straight up again every goddamn day. You are being looted and dismantled. I told you Donnie would stick his hand in the Treasury. Ain't a goddamn person gonna stop him. What I didn't expect is for him to say it out fucking loud. Any president dared speak that out loud, I'm gonna sue and I'm gonna decide how much I get. I'm gonna ask Pam to give me $350. Impeachment. And again, if Biden or Obama dared, you fucking hypocrites that never believed in a goddamn thing. If Obama dared say, I'm going to sue the federal government because I was treated unfairly and I get to decide how much, I guess I'll give myself $1 billion. You'll be burning down your neighborhoods. You fucking cunts. Ron Filipkowski. Trump wants U.S. taxpayers to pay him $10 billion. I'm sure Scott Besson and Bondi will fight hard to defend this lawsuit for us. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. From the Kobayashi letter, I don't know who they are. They're an account on X. They do reporting, I guess. President Trump is suing the IRS and the U.S. Treasury for $10 billion over a leak of his tax records. You fucking cunts. As we all struggle out here, as you lose the goddamn farm, you fucking idiots. He's about to dip it on top of all the other grifts. The billions he's raking in. All grift. He just gonna dip his hand right in the Treasury, take $10 billion. You fucking scumbags. And he says it out loud. Oh my God, they asked Donnie this question. He had Melania standing right next to him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazon paid $75 million to make and market this film. It's an exorbitant fee. Many Americans think this is Bezos trying getting good with you, and they would call it corruption. What does Donnie say? Who are you with? Like the cunty old lady at McDonald's who, has a problem all the time and tries to get people fired. Just like that. Donnie is pure old lady cuntness. In a man's body with orange face paint and a diaper full of shit. I'm talking about specific old ladies, and you know who I'm talking about. You see them in your neighborhood. You know who they are. Who are you with? Because I'm going to try and get you fired now because I'm a cunty old lady. The New York Times. Fake news, New York Times. I'm not involved with that. That was done with my wife. No, it wasn't. I was a bribe straight to you, son. And everybody knows it. God forbid that we call out your criminality. Then it's time to get people fired, right, Donnie? You know who's going to tell you you're fired, Donnie? The man. But you're fired's going to take on a whole different meaning. Donnie starts talking about the election at Melania's big event. They got the election wrong. The New York Times, they got the election wrong. They haven't apologized yet. Again, it's supposed to be an event for his wife, and she's standing right there. Not that there's any love between them. Let's not, let's be honest here. Trump says on Minnesota, we have to get rid of the criminals, so from that standpoint, nothing is going to change. And adds, we have to find out all the fraud that's taken place in Minnesota. We have to get to it. They've stolen at least $19 billion, and we're going to find out who did it and where the money is. Same talking points, original plan, right back to it. Yesterday didn't even fucking happen. We got a sacrificial lamb. We got the cunt Democrats today. Some of them allowed that budget to pass, I believe. And I knew it would be this again because I know the pattern. I've watched it for 10 years. People get murdered or some horrible thing happens. He goes into hiding. He comes back like, I had nothing to do. I'm a good boy. I want to, make this all go away. And I'm going to be a nice guy now. And everybody acts like there's progress being made. We do this over and over and over. I'm sure they did it with Adolf Hitler over and over. Because again, they're the type. They will just keep pushing till you let their foot in the fucking door. Because eventually they're going to be the one holding the door. And you're going to be on the outside of it. And it's going to be locked. Right back to the original talking points, mission, plan, all of it. None of it stopped for a second. And it only took 2 murders for it to slow down for 5 minutes. I hate you. What was Tulsi Gabbard doing at an election center in Georgia? Yes, Tulsi, the cult member Gabbard, was at the election place. So, this just looks more crooked by the fucking second. She's working very hard on trying to keep the election safe. No, she's not. As you know, they got into the votes. No, they didn't. She got assigned judges. Okay, they got into the votes, yes. And you're going to see some interesting things happening. They've been trying to get there for a long time. We know, Donnie, you've been trying to overturn that election for a long time. 5 years later, no one gives a fuck except for Donnie Shitbags. He has our entire FBI. He has a CIA. He has a national security head. All on this. At your expense, of course, dumbass. So he can one day come out and say, I really won the 2020 election. No one gives a fuck about that except for the fat orange cunt in a diaper. Meanwhile, millions in resources being poured out just so he can lie one day and say they found something. Fucking joke. This was amazing. Oh my, I laughed my ass off. Donnie walked into this event. I don't know what it was. It almost looks like a sporting event. And you know when Donnie makes his big entrance, he wants it to be all about him. So he entered and he like waved to somebody and he's walking, you know, all confident and like, this is my big entrance. And someone yells, fuck you! It was crystal clear. I posted the video and the link in the post section. That's where all that shit is. It's an amazing video. It's in somewhat close proximity to Donnie, so he hears it perfectly. And he turns immediately and he gets this look on his face, boy. Just broke the whole moment, broke his whole groove, his big entrance. I'm Donnie, king of the fucking world. Fuck you! I caught him right with the face. I'm going to blow it up. He's looking right in the direction of the dude that said, fuck you. And he is pissed. Look at his eyes. Squinting. He's mad as fuck. He was not facing this direction when he walked in. This is literally the direction. If you see it smaller, you see he's kind of turned. He looked right over at the person with that face. It's amazing. Did Donnie get some work done? His face is looking different, more bloated or something. I don't fucking know. What the? He get some work done? He looked right over with them squint eyes. And you know what Donnie thinks when people disrespect him? He thinks he's king of the world. God Caesar. You know what he's thinking, right? He's thinking, I'd love to be Kim Jong and be able to have that person executed. That's literally what he's thinking. Every time. And he'd been thinking that for 10 years. He wanted to shoot those protesters out in front of the White House, the ones he had beaten and gassed that day, and then he held the Bible upside down like Satan, because he's the anti-fucking-Christ. That's what kind of person you're. Vlad, a Xi, a Kim Jong. If you disrespect him, he feels he has the right to eliminate you permanently. That's what he'd like to do, and he will get there. 2 people have already been executed publicly, just not by his hand. He sent them. He sent the executioners. He sent the murderers. He's already doing it. In case you don't believe me. Too late. Antonio Banderas. And I thought about him talking, and he's speaking in Spanish here. I have it translated. So when you listen to it, it's in Spanish. But I thought about him talking about this and the look on his face. And I thought about the movies I've seen him in, and I thought about how powerful of a voice, and when he speaks, he has an authority. It comes off very strong. And I thought he'd be a perfect person to really speak out against this. But he won't. He's doing it here briefly. And this is what he looks like. And he has a sharpness to his words and the way he words things. And when I read this, I was reminded of that. I haven't seen anything as shameful as the gang of thugs that this gentleman has invented. That's what I mean. That's a powerful way to put it. And I could picture him saying it in English. And how powerful it would sound coming from him. I wish he did say it in English. I haven't seen anything as shameful as the gang of thugs that this gentleman has invented. Indeed. My children tell me, Dad, I was born in Spain. They could come for me. Very succinct, powerful. The way he words things. Sharp. He'd be the perfect guy to just utterly talk shit on this. The way he words things. He's not just a dumb actor. He's fucking articulate and original. I find him interesting. And this struck me, and I was like, it's so him. The way he worded it, what is being said, I was like, it's just so him. And only he can be him. Okay, someone sent me this today. And I don't remember this. And we're at the end. Almost 2 hours. It's Ronald Reagan holding up the devil horns. Let's see if I can get this, unplug this motherfucker and get it closer. What's that about? Right wing, baby. A lot of you folks into Satan like hardcore. A lot of you don't know it. If Reagan is, he knows it. But what is this about? I got to research this now. Is this the sign language thing? Is that what you people are going to tell me? Where the devil horns mean I love you or something? Got the one finger over one thumb, it looks like. One thumb. His finger over his thumb, his other finger behind his thumb. I don't remember this. Fascinating, though. And what's also fascinating, the right wing being Satanists. Being New World Order folk, being fascists, Nazis, white supremacists. George Bush Sr. New World Order speech. That ain't no Christian talking about the New World Order. He's something else. And what George was talking about was a global thing. It was obvious that's what he was talking about. So, again, this plan goes back a ways. And now Donnie's fulfilling it. You have Carney trying to send us messages by using that phrase as well. The New World Order. He's not promoting the New World Order. He's telling us that that's what we're in. and we all must proceed accordingly. Maybe you know why Reagan has the devil horns up. Maybe he's trying to say I love you, or I don't know, but what I do know is the modern incarnation of right-wing politics has a lot of Satanists and pedophiles in it. And you all pointed the fingers at liberals and called them Satanists and pedophiles, so that tells me you are Satanists and pedophiles, and what evidence I have uncovered, because I've looked at all aspects of this. Yeah, a lot of people in the right are Satanists and pedophiles. JD, Donnie, Moore, they the sex traffickers, not the liberals. Jeff Epstein's best friend, Republican Donnie shitbags. After the decades of crying about Pizzagate. And this, when we reduce it down, just the argument of who's of Satan and who isn't. I don't know, son, the Antichrist came out of your camp. And I'm seeing a lot of evil being preached and done out of your camp. And like I told you yesterday and every other day, since I've been born, I've been hearing, yeah, it's okay to shoot liberals. I've been hearing all kind of jokes and talk about that. Even again, I see some rubes have dummies in their backyard that they use for target practice. And they write somebody's name, like, AOC or Pelosi or Biden or Obama. That's like, relaxation time. Thinking about murder. I guess what I'm trying to say, folks, is the right-wing grift machine, the rubes at the bottom, the right-wing politicians, they are the finger they've been pointing. They are the New World Order. They are the fall of this country. They are the racist movement, the nationalist movement, just like Adolf Hitler. Even though the right-wing grift machine's been trying to convince you that he was a socialist since 1945. Why have they been doing that? Because they're fascists, that's why. And they don't want you linking them with him. They wanted you to hate them hippies in the 60s that were protesting the war because they were so evil. Nixon was a good guy, right? Right, folks? Not the hippies. Right, cunts destined for the lake? Who wouldn't know Jesus if he slapped him in the goddamn face. You know how I know that? You thought the flower power people were the evil ones. And you thought you and Nixon were the good guys. Your movement was doomed of Satan back then. Now is only the maximum expression of it. And unfortunately for you, and again, it doesn't matter if you believe it or agree, irrelevant. He happens to be the Antichrist. And my God, he proves it every day. I've never seen nothing like this, boy. He about to steal $10 billion of your money, son. Right out the treasury. No one's going to stop him. Right in his pocket. Directly to him. So since he's the Antichrist, he will offer the mark, and you cannot take it. If you do, that is the end of you. The lake is your destiny. Make a wise choice. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.